Alright guys, I'm not going to mess about too much with an intro or anything on this one. Obviously just make sure you like, subscribe if you stay till the end. If you don't, then probably don't bother. Obviously you can join the channel now as a member as well. There's 2 different tiers that I've set up. And obviously you can find me over on Twitch, Scottejaye87, streaming most nights. So this video, what spurred me on to do it is only a few negative comments, or not negative comments, but basically these sort of comments that I'm putting on screen now. So in the last video, it was generally well received, but people are telling me you can't kill Nightbane in the first reset. Well, I'm going to tell you you're wrong, and you can, and here's how you should do it. The whole purpose of this video is how to kill Nightbane on the first reset. Now, there's a few things you need to know first, because you're going to have to do this in a specific order to be able to get a full 11 of 11 clear in the first reset. And before you say, oh, you're not going to be geared enough to kill Nightbane, blah, 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 let's say you're playing on a progressive server, you're probably in full tier 3, you ain't going to have a problem with Nightbane. If you're on a fresh server, if there are fresh servers, alright, it might be a little bit more difficult, but still, tactics prevail. Now look, there's a few prerequisites. Before we even start getting into the specifics, there's a few prerequisites that you're going to need. You're going to need 10 people that you can 100% rely on. That's the most important thing, because they are going to have to get this done, but you'll probably do it in 2 groups of 5. So obviously, yes, you're going to need to be revered with Thralmar or on a hold. You're going to need to be revered with Lower City. That's it. Now, you're obviously going to do those as part of your other attunements, you know, getting ready, getting the heroic keys, getting ready to do them. Now, will you get those done before your first Karazhan run? That is what I would recommend. Let's face it. If you've got a few days until it resets, for example, but you're just going to try and rush in there and clear it just to be server first or whatever, then you're going to have to go out and do all of this stuff and then go back. You might as well give yourself a day, split up into your 2 groups of 5, get revered with these reputations, and now do it all in one sitting. That's one prerequisite. Okay, so 10 good people that you can rely on to get these 2 reputations done. It's only 2. So they could be, after your Cenarian Expedition, to be able to get your tier 5, you know, your SSC attunement quest, these could be the next 2 that you focus on. It's not going to take you that long. And then you really need, I would say, a good 3 to 4 hours. I don't know how long you raid. If you raid 3 hours, you might be able to scrape by. I don't know on a first clear, maybe not, you know, but a good, let's say maximum 5 hours. So in a maximum of 5 hours, you'll be able to get the urn for 10 people, not just 1, which is even better. So 10 people are going to be able to get the urn, which means 10 of you now in the guild can obviously summon Nightbane if you end up split up into different groups or whatever. You will do a full 11 of 11 clear in this time. There's just one minor thing that makes it slightly difficult, which we're going to get into. Now, before we get too involved, I just want to say a massive, massive shout out to Fake QT. He makes amazing guides. We do very different content. I mean, he's got some brilliant profession guides, sort of Draenei and Blood Elf guides, you know, sort of speed leveling routes and stuff like that. Content over there's fantastic. Definitely go over there and subscribe to him, because I guarantee, you know, in the build up to TBC, there'll be lots of useful information on there. And when TBC comes out, there'll be lots of useful information on there. Now, I am shouting him out for a reason. He was very kind to let me use some footage from his Nightbane quest guide, you know, to get the urn. So I'm not going to cover it in great detail. I'm going to skim over it, but if you want to go and see exactly all the steps and how you get the urn to be able to summon Nightbane, definitely go over and check that video out. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the description, as well as a link directly to the Nightbane urn video. Because what we're not interested in, as counterproductive as it sounds, is going through each step of the attunement. As I say, go check Fake Q's guide out. You know, that's brilliant. What we're interested in is how can you kill Nightbane in the first reset. Before you step in Karazhan, you need all 10 of you that are in the group, revered with Thralmar or on a hold, depending on whether you're Horde or Alliance, and Lower City. Now, this is because you do a bit of running around, which I'll show on screen, of Fake QT just flying around with his mod powers on his server. You know, you hand in a few quests just backwards and forwards, but the main parts that will cause any difficulty is killing Aran, the boss after Curator. And then the other quest is to kill the first boss in Sefek Halls, heroic, and the first boss in Shattered Halls, heroic, to loot 2 quest items. When you then do a bit more running about, you go back, you hand in, like, jobs are good, and you've now got the urn, you can summon Nightbane. Now, I'll give you some specifics. So, when you do your attunement, so you end your attunement, you get your key, you're about 800 from friendly. And then obviously you need another 6k to get to honoured. So you need about 6,800 rep. Now, the quest chain from the attunement takes you into Karazhan, obviously, near Attunement. That's where the next step is. You hand that in, and then you've got another couple of nice easy steps, you know, going to one round near Maiden. It's all quite straightforward, you know, and that's going to give you another 500 rep. So now you need about 6,300 rep. You get 250 per boss, and then 15 for the majority of the mobs in there. Now, I don't think you'll hit honoured without trash farming before you reach Aran. So what do you do? Fairly straightforward, don't get me wrong. You skip Aran, because if you just carry on doing the attunement quest chain, one step is to kill Prince. You're going to get all the trash mobs in rep, and then when you hand in the Prince part, it gives you 3k. You now, from doing that chain, will 100% be honoured. But what you could do is if you hit honoured before Prince, or maybe you want to skip Neverspite, you just want to like rush to Prince, skip Aran, skip Illhoof maybe, skip Illhoof as well. You know, skip all the optional bosses, but it's important that obviously you skip Aran and go straight to kill Prince, because Prince is not that difficult, especially if you cheese it with a door strat, if that's going to work in Classic. I don't know. I'd imagine it does, because it worked then, it works on all private servers, so odds are pretty good. So it probably won't be that difficult of a fight. So once you've done those bosses, and you hand in the quest, and you complete that attunement quest line and get that big 3k and all the bosses, all the trash, you probably will be honoured now, and you can go get your ring upgraded as well, which is quite nice. The big difficult part here is not getting that teleport. So if you don't know, or you haven't done Karazhan for a long time and you forgot, obviously Karazhan's quite a big instance. Now when you kill Aran, you now get a teleport from the entrance straight to Aran's room, which obviously from Aran's room you can quite quickly get to Chess, Prince, Neverspite, backwards to hit Illhoof, for example. You know, it's nice. It's right smack bang in the middle of the instance, if you like. If you skip Aran, you're not going to get that. So yes, it's going to be an absolute pain if you then wipe on Prince or before, but you're probably not going to wipe before, because you're not really going to wipe on Chess. So that's why I would skip Neverspite. I would go straight for Chess, straight for Prince, see if you're honoured. If you're not, then you might need to just go around, clear some trash that you maybe skipped, and maybe even kill Neverspite. But the way I worked it out, even without the human racial, you will be honoured once you've killed Prince and handed the quest in. So now what do? Fairly obvious. You now go and get the quest from outside, which will then take you inside, do some running around, go back outside, go back inside, kill Aran, you know, all that. That's all real self-explanatory, as I say. You can go and see that in Fake QT's video where he walks you through the entire quest line anyway. And then once you've killed Aran, you then get to the point where now you've got your 10 people, you're all on the same part of the quest, you've got 2 tanks, you've got 2 healers, and you've got DPS, split into 2 groups. Go and kill the first boss in Shattered Halls, the first boss in Sephek Halls. Go and hand in. Now Nightbane's all yours. And as I say, because it's only the first boss in Sephek Halls and Shattered Halls, it's going to be quick. You got a couple of trash packs and then a boss. A couple of trash packs and then a boss. You know, it's really not going to be that difficult for you at all. And I would say that part, if you forget all of the running around, the quests running backwards and forwards in the instance and all that, forget all that bit. Just let's focus on the sort of get into the heroics and then getting back to Karazhan afterwards. I reckon you'd probably do it in an hour. That's why if you've got like sort of a 3 hour Karazhan clear and an hour to step out and do these heroics, you're laughing. And you've now got 10 urns in the guild. So yes, it takes a bit of preparation. I'm not saying every guild's going to be able to do it. We're going to do it 100%. The first 10 people that we take into Karazhan on Classic will be revered with both Thralmar / Honor Hold and Sephek Halls, well, Lower City. We want to kill it in the first night. I mean, it'd be easy to do in the first reset. You just clear it all but leave Aran and then go off and just do your own thing, get your reputation, get together, you know, just maybe then you're left to your own devices just to be able to get Sephek Halls and Shattered Halls done. But I don't want to do it like that. You know, I'm going to make sure us as a guild, you know, everybody's farming those reputations before we go in Karazhan. Because you've also got to remember, it might not actually launch with Karazhan open when they, you know, give basically everyone a week to level before the raids are available. I'm not saying they're going to do it, don't get me wrong, but there is a possibility. In that case, easy. That is absolutely easy. If you've got a full week to get yourself to 70 and get those reputations done, you're only going to be focusing on 3, getting 3 reputations to revered. I think you could do that quite comfortably. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're probably going to have to be a sweaty nerd like me, you know, where you are going to sit there for like 18 hours a day when it first comes out, but surely we're all going to do that, aren't we? So look, I hope this was useful. I hope you can use this with your own guild, and as I say, if you want that week 1 Nightbane kill, I can't think of any other way to do it. But to you guys who said it can't be done, I mean, I would say this is feasible. This is not beyond the realms of possibility. This just requires a bit of dedication and a bit of thought into what you're doing. So look guys, as I say, if you stay till the end and you've not liked the video, leave a comment down below, tell me why I'm wrong, and obviously make sure you subscribe and check out the memberships on the channel. See you on the next one.